What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And hey, Colorado's offensive coordinator, former head coach of the New York Giants, Pat Shermer, compares Shedeur Sanders to you know who, Daniel Jones. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna get into it. Let's get it.
I'm in red form, in a red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual health care, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways, I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. All right, welcome to New York Giants Full Access. And we gonna talk about it right here, right now. Former head coach of the New York Giants, Pat Shermer, comes out and compares Shedeur Sanders to Daniel Jones. So we're gonna read the article together and then we're gonna talk about it, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's read the article. First and foremost, hey, this was on USA Today. Shout out to Jacob Kamiker from USA Today. Shedeur Sanders draws Daniel Jones comparison from Colorado offensive coordinator Pat Shermer, former head coach of the Giants. Says Pat Shermer spent the last two seasons at Colorado helping to coach star quarterback Shedeur Sanders. The 60-year-old coach sees similarities between Sanders and Daniel Jones, who he coached during the 2019 season with the New York Giants. He says, and quote, "I think they are very, very similar prospects from a player and a person," Shermer told the New York Post of Sanders and Jones. "I think they're both wonderful human beings. They're both highly accomplished, talented college players that have a chance to make an impact in the NFL. So there's a lot of similarities between Daniel Jones and Shedeur Sanders." The Giants selected Jones number 6 overall in 2019. And, you know, he got his first start against the Buccaneers and he won that game. Jones had a record of 24-44-1 and posted a passer rate of 84.3 before being released this year. Sherman laminated that he didn't get a chance to work with Jones for a second season after the quarterback posted a career best 24 touchdowns during his rookie season. He also made it clear that his comparison of Sanders to Jones was meant as a compliment, despite the latter's struggles during his NFL career to date. End quote, he said, "I just think he's got a very bright future in the NFL," talking about Sanders. Number one, he's very accurate. He's got a very heroic personality and a very heroic nature, which allows him to execute at the end of the game when it's very important. He's an outstanding teammate, and I think he's a wonderful human being. That's why Sherman is confident that the team elect Sanders will be pleased with their investment. End quote, "I can't believe there's a better quarterback around this year than him," Sherman said. "Whatever team coach chooses to pick him, and I can't make those decisions for anybody, I think they're going to be very, very happy that they do pick Shedeur Sanders." So you already know that the fans are going to come out and actually absolutely destroy Shedeur Sanders because Pat Shermer said that him and Daniel Jones has similarities. And those similarities was their leadership nature and their way of having a heroic stance when it comes to playing football when it counts. And he said that Shedeur Sanders is very accurate. Now, people are going to talk noise about the comparison, but you got to think, when was Daniel Jones at his best? When it came to producing on the field, it was with Pat Shermer. He threw 24 touchdowns his rookie year. 24 touchdowns his rookie year. And then after that, Daniel Jones was never at that level again. So that's what he's talking about. A real quarterback whisperer gets the best out of his quarterbacks. And Pat Shermer has known to put some offenses around some quarterbacks to make them look very good. So that's what he's talking about. Shedeur Sanders went through some similarities with Daniel Jones as having different schemes and different playbooks every year of his college career. So there are some similarities between Sanders and Daniel Jones, but Sanders has a level above Daniel Jones when it just comes to playing the quarterback position. He's more accurate. He throws with better anticipation. And I think he's a better leader than Daniel Jones because Sanders could be vocal and show it on the field. So you could talk that noise about him comparing him to Daniel Jones, but he's not talking about the Daniel Jones that you saw after him. He was talking about the Daniel Jones that he got to coach and develop when he was there. And be real, he had a fumbling problem, but he threw 24 touchdowns his rookie year, which is almost a record. I think it was like 2 behind Baker Mayfield, with a whole less around him. Remember that rookie year, he had no offensive line. Saquon Barkley got hurt. Darius Slayton was his best receiver. Sterling Shepard got hurt. Evan Ingram had the dropsies. And he was tossed in there in his the third game of the season? He had the play battle of Eli that year, and he still threw up 24 touchdowns, even though he had a lot of fumbles that year. And Daniel Jones is rarely an interception thrower. So I am quite fine with him comparing him to Daniel Jones in that aspect, because he's talking about the Daniel Jones that he coached, not the Daniel Jones that happened to turn into a pumpkin after he left, after they fired him after Daniel Jones' first season and gave him to freaking Joe Judge. No, he's talking about the Daniel Jones that he coached his rookie year that threw up 24 touchdowns and had some running touchdowns as well that year. So you can make fun of the comparison. I know everybody is going to go wild. Yeah, I told you he's just like Daniel Jones. Everybody's going to be like Daniel Jones if it's not the quarterback that you particularly want or particularly looks like it, how you want him to look. But that's what the comparison was, man. He was comparing him to what he saw in Daniel Jones' rookie year. And believe it or not, Daniel Jones' rookie year, he threw for 24 touchdowns. It had a pretty decent rookie season because a lot of people were high on Daniel Jones after that first year, believe it or not. And then they fired his coach and gave him Joe Judge. So there's a lot of similarities with those two, just not with the play on the field. Shedeur Sanders' play on the field is way better, and you'll see if the Giants draft him or whoever drafts him is going to get a good quarterback, like Pat Shermer said. So that's what the whole ordeal with that is, man, comparing Shedeur Sanders to Daniel Jones. So you can keep your laughter. If you don't draft this kid, I think it's going to haunt the New York Giants for a long time. Secure your future and draft Shedeur Sanders. Pat Shermer has worked with the kid. He knows what the kid is about. And Pat Shermer literally is one of the quarterback whisperers. He could get quarterbacks to play way better than a lot of coaches could get certain quarterbacks to play. So it is what it is, man. But offensive coordinator of Colorado Buffaloes and former head coach Pat Shermer compares Shedeur Sanders to Daniel Jones in some aspect. Worst nightmare? Who knows? But this has been New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Go over to the Aboriginal Sports Network and check out the Aboriginal crew with me, NYG, the Delay Game, TP Wade, Rob Zero, Snarf, Ghost Dog. Man, we got so many people, man, it's ridiculous, man. Coach Ed, Leaf, Man Cave. It's so many people, man. Hey, if you're a content creator, come over to the Aboriginal Sports Network and let's make some content. But we gonna get out of here, man. This has been New York Giants Full Access, man, and y'all know what it is, man. Peace.
red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual health care, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways. I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access.